and he joined as a senior scientist, Signal Chem Life Science Private Limited, and he started his career as an assistant professor in NIT Jalandhar. Now he is associate professor NIT Manipur, and Dr. Chandi Malakar published more than 138 research paper, more than 138 research paper, and he published more than 10 book chapter. And Dr. Chandi Malakar has 6 patents in chemistry, and he gave several prestigious awards. CRSI Silver Medal, PBC Fellowship, and also a prestigious fellowship, Pegasus Manipur Fellowship. And I am delegates to welcome Dr. Chandi Malakar to the podium to deliver his lecture.
So, thank you for your introduction. I'd like to thank the principal and the authority of the college and my colleagues directly, Gaurav, Ajit, Satya and all for inviting me. So, am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, sir. So, Professor Banerjee and Professor Soras has given a lot of good flavor of science and history, as we have heard in the previous session. I will try to give you some other flavor. Actually, you can see my topic, Essence of Education, Research and Innovation. And what capturing the current situation of our country in this domain. I talked very easy and slow English. I think you can understand. You are smart fellows today. You can understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, good. So, earlier professors, they have shown you from history to science and technology. But have you ever thought that we have more than almost maybe 50,000 of institutions, colleges, universities, research organizations, and the industries? What researchers do actually? Is it easy to get job there? Or which kind of capabilities you must have to get entered there? And after entering, something you are doing, like Professor Mukherjee has told, Kham, Kanna, Kham, Kanna, Rokto, everything they are actually devoted to the science and technology. So after devoting those hard work, what basically we are getting? I just try to show you some cumulative data. Okay. So on this figure. So if you see the current global challenges, what basically the scientists, engineers, doctors, what we basically do? We have the challenges like energy. Nowadays we have seen all the diesel or petrol vehicles are converted to the solar or electrical vehicle. Okay, that means what? That means the traditional or conventional energy sources are replaced. Because of what? Because of green energy. That means we should not pollute the environment, we should not pollute the climate. This is why the global warming is happening. So that That is a serious concern. And another concern is raw materials. Raw Another concern is raw materials. Raw materials means the nutrients, like elements. Okay. Recent discovery says after few years, all the raw materials from the earth will disappear. How to tackle this? Food is the big problem. Okay. In many corners of the world, people do not get food. Even you don't have to go to any corner of the world. If you just go to outside of the campus, look at the street, many people are not getting their food. Okay, that means those problems has to be tackled. Water, what about water? This is why the agro companies are making too much money. What is the problem? Pollution, water pollution. The water contaminants, like all these elements which are dangerous to our health or threat to our health, like arsenic, mercury. Okay, those poisons also has to be taken. Air pollution. What is the air quality index of Murshidabad? Anybody has idea? Is it good air or bad air? Bad air. No, it's not a bad air. Okay. Today only I have checked, this is 55 air quality index. It's not that bad. If you compare with Delhi, you know how much it is? 122. Okay. That means whatever you breathe, either you are having mixed oxides, that means some SO2, NO2, carbon monoxide, which is threat to our health. Okay. So, and health. You know, if someone gets sick or get caught by any life-threatening disease like cancer, how much is the treatment cost? Okay. So those are the concerns, and scientists are devoting their actually blood to get rid of those problems and give you the medicine at a cheaper cost. Okay. Although cancer is nowadays it can be cured, there are several medicines has been discovered, but this is not easily available. Not to you, not to me. Okay, but the politician who collect a lot of money, they can go to US, they can get rid of these diseases in 1 month. This is the problem. So this should not be for the rich people, rather this should be for the common people. So those kind of things has to be taken. Okay. So by seeing those global challenges, United Nations, you heard United Nations has some thematic area of research and education. These are called number one, no poverty. That means nobody should be poor. Okay. Second one, zero hunger. Everybody should get food, at least to survive. Okay, you should not get every day mutton chicken, but at least to survive. Another one is good health and well-being. Good health and well-being. That means discovery of medicines. Medicines should be available to each common people. So, gender equality and quality education. Quality education means you can understand. Gender equality means boys and girls should not be, there should be no discrimination. Okay, everybody should have the same things. Clean water and sanitation we mentioned. Affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth. Okay, so there are so on. There are a lot of thematic area. So obviously in this thematic area, the scientists are devoting their work and they are trying to develop each day something new. Each day they are trying to develop something new. And the result is, all over the world they are working. Okay. The result is, I just want to focus on what actually in India people are doing and where we are. So, if you see, the result of our work is, India has been number of institutions. There is no country in the world has this many number of institutions. Second, number of enrolled students in HEIs. HEIs means higher education institutions. Third, in the world for research output, overall research output. Sixth, for patent filing. Patent filing means, I have very happy students know patent. That means your own rights to discover something, you have government to give you the legal rights to protect your ideas and sell it using whatsoever. Number of citations, you might not know. Citation means if something, suppose publication written with you, how many people follow it. Okay, and cite their work is called citation. But the sad thing is, although there are not many people who are doing very good things, we are talking in the number of institutions, secondly, number of students. The problem is, out of 133 countries, the data has been taken, we have 39. That means there we are lagging. And what is the problem? Okay. 54th in percentage of GDP allocation for research and education. Okay. So although we are doing very good, but our government has to give money. Okay, research. 83 for a researcher per million of population. I will come to those points, I will show you. 86 is for academia industry collaboration. In that, India is also before us. Okay. So, and this one, the last point I will come in the following slide. So, what is that? India's gross expenditure on R&D is only 0.6 to 0.7%. Okay. So, our government is aiming for research only 0.6 to 0.7% of the GDP. If you see, US gives 2.8%, China gives 2.1%, South Korea 80, you see, 4.2. Israel, you see, you will surprise. They are covered by or 11 enemy countries, they never know when the missile will come on them, but still they allocate 4.3% of the GDP for research and education. Okay. Yeah, in recent years it was actually 0.2% from India government, but in recent years it has been increased. Okay, so this one I have told you that women participation in research and development has been improved. Now currently it is 25 to 30%. It's very good news. Okay. So if you can see those, I will show you some more data. The first one, although we are so much populated country, India, if you see the first one is India. In thousands of researchers, in thousands of population, only 4 people are doing research. Okay, which is very less when compared to Kenya. You know, Chile is a small country, very underdeveloped country. They are having 7 people in 1,000. Okay. And how much our government is spending per, okay, in million you can see also, this is in million, you can take the ratio, this is 366 people in 1 million are doing research. Okay. And how much spending is per researcher? India is giving 171 USD. 171 USD government is spending per month for research, for doing research on the expenditure. Okay. Okay, so one of these challenges comes, our India, actually this one is India, research output wise, we are doing 5.31%. Okay, which is in US this is 16.54. You see the one developed country like China is 20 something percent. Okay. And as I told you that so many institutions, so many industries are trying to do research, but our Indian research growth or anywhere the research growth depends on many factors. Like major factor is market opportunity. If you try some business, you look at the market. Okay. Now the current trend, current trend is MSME. MSME means small and medium scale industries because the job opportunity is less. But that does not mean that education we should not get. MSME means small and medium scale industries, startup opportunities, innovation opportunities. That means you are thinking something, you bring to the market from thinking to market. That means from thinking to commercialization. Okay, so those opportunities are there, and those are dependent on market opportunity, obvious resources, government policies also is a major factor. You can see infrastructure, low cost workforce. That means if you are trying to develop some company or startup or MSMEs, you should not have in the beginning so high people, okay, who comes from US, Germany and pay them 5 lakhs per rupees, they will be on the road. Okay, so it depends on those factors. See, our top collaborating institutions, academic institutions in India, IITs, CIFR, from CISR, Delhi University, okay. DRC, Malakar Research Center, ISAS, NISAS, ISC, okay. And By subject area, if you see, the chemistry and English is always top in India. Engineering is much down by the number. Chemistry third rank, physics seventh rank worldwide. Okay. So engineering is much down. Although the IT sector in India is quite heavy. That means a lot of good IT people comes from India and China. Okay. I was talking about innovations, and I was telling you 39 rank India Institute for Innovation. Okay. And you see what is the problem actually? Most of the IITians and private colleges, alumni, the student, they go out and their mentality from IITs is to start their own startup, own companies. Okay, it's not that you have to go to job. Like in PDF you have that back in India, Kanda hota to what you have studied engineering. Okay, so the mentality comes from that. Okay, so many alumni came out from IITs, from big institutes and private institutions, and they started unicorns. Unicorns means, unicorns means the companies, your startup. Okay, we have more than 120 unicorns, which is developed by Indian students, but only 5% unicorns are based on IT. IT means IT-based company. IT-based company. Okay. Remaining 95% are on the business model. Like you see Ola, Uber, okay. Like now you see Rapido, okay. So these things are all business model. Zomato, whatever it is, Swiggy, yeah. You see all these things, right? That means people, after having the technical knowledge, only the business one can do is having the technical knowledge and the market knowledge. Understand? So 17 from BITS planning who are BITS planning is a private universities. Okay, it is in Rajasthan. There are several BITS planning and 40 from IIT Delhi out of 120 unicorns. Okay, so that depends when you want to have the innovation. Innovation means what? What can you mean by innovation? Innovation means simply, as I already told, you are thinking something for develop a product. Develop that product, there is a process, R&D process. Now, after developing that prototype means the model of the product, you bring to market. That can be software, that can be any machine, that can be any ideas, okay, that can be even your any handicraft, okay, anything, any product. Okay. So for that, what is necessary is not visible much. So okay, I will come to this point in my next slide. It's not visible here. Now, someone say you know about patent you told. You see, how many patents are published and granted in India every year? You see, we keep on rising. From 18 to 24, it's not complete. It's because 25 is not over. We keep on rising. That means Indian students, researcher, or academician, they are thinking for the commercialization of their thinking. And you see patent filed by leading universities in India. You know LPU, you see here is LPU the topest and IIT Bombay is the lowest. If you think in another hand, IIT Bombay is the top class institute, government funded institute in our country, Whereas LP is simply making money from the student. Okay, that means what? That means they are making money and promoting the innovations. Okay, don't get discouraged by seeing this. This is also a good number. Okay. So, okay, this one I have shown you actually. The patent application I have seen for 1 year. China, you see China, how much they have done, and India is the lowest. Still we have China and US, even from Japan, even from South Korea. Okay, we are much behind. We need to address those problems, and only the current generation people can address this. Patent filed in India, foreigners versus Indian. Okay, I have shown you a lot of numbers that India is doing this many patents, that many patents. But if you look at from Indian origin people, only a few percentage out of this, not even half. But the patent filed in India by foreigners is more. Okay, that means something is wrong. You need to rethink. Yeah? So, only 24% Indian, 24% patent filed in India, and lagging behind homegrown innovation. Okay. So, here I have shown the patent, design, trademark, geographical indications, copyright. Who knows this term? Patent you know, design you know, design or trademark. Suppose you design something, like you see, look at the Coke bottle. It has a special design. Thumbs up bottle, it has a special design. If you look at the Campa Cola, design is not same. Okay, because once Campa Cola gives the same design, then they will have problem by Coca-Cola company. Okay, so that means for every commercialization, your design is also matter. Okay, like you see Puma. Okay, it is written in some different style. Coca-Cola is also written in different style. Okay, those writing also you cannot copy from others. That will come under copyright. Okay, suppose any software you develop. Okay, any text you develop, you have to write in your own style. You cannot take from others. Okay, that comes under copyright. And patent, you know, patent means, you already told, geographical indication. What does it mean by geographical indications? Suppose something specially available in Murshidabad or in West Bengal. Odisha cannot, or Madhya Pradesh cannot claim that comes from us. Like simply think Rasgulla. Okay, there is a big fight between Odisha and West Bengal only for Rasgulla. They tell this is from us, West Bengal tell this is from us. Okay, so this is what the problem is. Okay, now these people are thinking. In Ramayana time, people tell already our flight was there. Okay, but who knows that? Nobody has written that one, no, that our flight is there. Nobody legally protected. Even the story, if you look at, the flight was developed by Indians only. Flight aeroplane concept was developed by Indians only. But we Indians always, we are so open-hearted people, no? We donate things, we give our ideas, and people take these ideas and make something better. Okay, so geographical indications means it's come from origin. Like suppose I have nowadays, currently I am basically doing job in my Manipur. In Manipur you have some special chili that is world third most hottest chili. Okay, and from that Nagaland cannot take even the nearby state they also cannot take, because this is their product. according to the climate, according to the situation, soils, whatsoever, they are growing better, and it can grow only there. Understand? So, after having all those thorough work by researchers, scientists, whatsoever, the key achievements in India now, what we have done in biotechnology and pharmaceuticals, during COVID time, Covaxin was one of the first COVID vaccine, okay, which came in market and saved the people's life. Yes or no?
Yes.
And renewable energy, we are much more advanced in solar cell, green hydrogen technology. I don't know whether you have seen or not. Nowadays in Delhi you will not find even in diesel auto. Who has gone to Delhi? No one. You will not find any diesel auto. They have CNG autos. What is CNG? Compressed natural gas. Okay. So those kind of attentions people are giving. Space technology, Chandrayaan 3. You can see, okay. Telecommunication from 3G, 4G. Now we are much developing 5G. Indian government is giving 5G facilities in many universities, many colleges, okay, in many technical institutions for free. Now for 6G also, work is under process. It comes soon. Okay. So agriculture innovation, 109 different types of high productive crops in India is developed, okay, by agriculture universities or food sciences. So I told you a lot of different stories. Now India government is also paying some attention that I have shown you the problem that our LP is down, our Bombay is down, and we are much back than your China, US, South Korea, even in some cases we are back from Kenya, who has just maybe came out from jungle maybe 2 years back. Okay, but we are much behind them. So how those kind of problems should be tackled? Now government is thinking how to build a world-class institution and to match the criteria worldwide. Okay, this is why a lot of ranking parameter comes in picture. So one of the measures government has taken NIRF ranking, that means National Institution Ranking Framework. Okay, and I am happy to tell you our institution ranked 87 and 95 in last consecutive years in India, although it is in Northeastern region. So what that means, they are actually trying to see the parameter, capability of the students, capability of the faculty members, and their development, how this development is contributing, okay, and everything is done by student. If student is not motivated, then no government can do anything, no faculty can do anything, no teacher can do anything. Okay, that means student has to come out from their comfort zone. Okay, I have seen many of you also here sitting very comfortably, nicely. Okay, no tension in life, but those things you should keep away. Otherwise, you will be only the sufferer for yourself in future. Nobody can help you. Okay, although NIRF ranking has some loopholes, nowadays government is also trying to rectify those faults. Okay, and another one, so read this, when a missile becomes a target, it ceases a good missiles. What does it mean? Suppose I tell you, you have to run from here to Barampur station in 30 minutes. Okay, that a measure has been given. Nowadays, government is also giving such kind of measures that a student going he or she enrolled, they have lot of criteria in our like IITs, NITs, in this technical institution. They have lot of criteria. Like you have to project, you have to make a prototype. Until unless you do not finish a prototype, that means your concept, from your concept, everybody has concept. That's the proof of concept. Okay. From concept to proof of concept, then you have to make some prototype, that means the product. It can be in any means like machines, softwares, okay, whatsoever. Now that student will get through some rigorous project, intensive, academia, industry, relationship, then only that student will be eligible to get the degree. Like our own students, also our MSc students, we try to make them project for 2 years. And at the end of 2 years, they will finish 5-6 publications. Somebody does patent also. Okay, then they will be placed in some good places. For that they have to do the hard work. Okay, Pradeep knows, you can ask him. And Saurabh knows. Okay. So, one more measure nowadays is just the upcoming or the ongoing story, NEP. What is that NEP? You heard, even if you heard, NEP means National Education Policy. Okay, that policy actually, basically, we are following European and US to make ourselves equipped in their system and to make our student capable to fight against those systems. Okay, there are a lot of parameters, you know. Okay, even you can see here I have written, once upon a time US was not the ruling country in education. Rather, US used to follow UK. Okay, now the scenario is different. Even that in the NEP, the solution to a problem rather than solution looking for a problem. NEP nowadays, the motto of NEP is look for a solution to the existing problem, not to the solution for a problem. So those kind of things are. So as I mentioned, role of higher education, I am already there to mention in our slide. Role of higher education institution is education, good education, knowledge generation, R&D, and innovation. Okay, and this slide already I mentioned. Suppose your university research or your industry research, whatsoever, from proof of concept to the commercialization. This is very much important. This only can give you the good backbone of your own startup, own innovation, and MSMEs. So this is an important slide. As I have mentioned, that our industrial research framework and academic research framework is different. Okay. What we do basically in academia, we do traditional education, research, whatsoever, without any motto. Like I Sir was also doing, Sir has also mentioned. Okay. But in industry, what people do, that credit doesn't come to you basically. It goes to the industry, patent, whatsoever patent copyrights. So this work culture in industry and academia is much different. And I have shown in the earlier slide, we are something around 83rd rank in the world in academia industry collaboration. That means company goes for their profit, leaving academia behind. This is why now the recent protocol may come when people raise the concern that when suppose government is funding to the industry, industry has to give some shares for the development to the academia. Okay, academia means academic research institute. Okay, like our IITs, ISAs, NISAs, IISc, okay, NITs, universities. These are academic research institutes. Work culture is completely different. The bridge between industry and academia, if it happens, like it happens in other countries like in US, China, okay, Japan, then we can advance in those concepts. So this is why we are much more development. Understand? Okay. So challenges hindering India's research and innovation ecosystem. Some points like insufficient funding, as I mentioned. Okay, only 0.6 to 0.7% GDP is coming to that. Brain drain is significant limitation of skilled researcher reaches domestic talent pool. What does it mean? That good researchers from IITs and ISAs, they are trying to move out of country. Because of what? Because of more money, comfort life. Yeah? And our problem is, we also ask what during the recruitment or any selection, have you done your degree from US or Germany or UK? Then only you will get the job. Okay, so this is why people move and living behind the country in a dump. So that's what the scenario. That's things you can change. Like bureaucratic bottleneck, like there are a lot of problems. You don't go to that, you don't understand, you can understand later. Academia industry disconnection, as I told, quality versus quantity dilemma. Okay, we look more for quantity. Like we need to rank in top. So for that you need quantity, no? Otherwise, how to fight with China and US? Because they are more in quantity. If you have to go for quantity, you need to come with good student. The student has to go. Student has to have motivation. This is more important. Because all students are the future asset of this country. Yeah. Obviously, quality and quantity both has to be balanced. Okay. Gender disparity. There are certain programs also now in the government initiative like SEMPs. Okay. Like for the school students, I am telling you, I don't know, but girl student I see here, from school whether you have PNJD program? PNJD program? No? From PSC, funded by PSC. Every school is get that. Almost, if your school authority applies, PNJD program. And under that, you have a lot of scope for girl students specifically. Okay. So, regional imbalance, that means some research infrastructure is there in the good states, but leaving behind some undeveloped states, that is also a problem. Okay, intellectual property challenges. So, patent rights, commercialization, that behind the global competitors, innovation and economic benefits. Okay. Okay, so these are the things I was telling to you, your opportunity for schools and colleges. Anusandhan National Research Foundation, NRA, okay, which promotes the funding and collaborative research. Auto Innovation Mission, your colleges can apply. Startup India and Genesis, a lot of colleges are getting fund. When the private universities, private colleges can get fund, why not the government institution? Only the institution has to take care. The authorities, academies. Mission on genomics, cyber physical system, NIT students, mathematics, agriculture, those things I have shown in my earlier slide. One nation, one subscription. Okay, one nation, one subscription means I think it's not for colleges, it's for university. National quantum mission, yeah, it seems not necessary. STEM program I already mentioned. Okay, so all these things I have finished little bit, but now I just want to show you 3 slides. We have also trained. In 5 minutes I will show you how the education system in school is the problem. I just finish in 15 minutes. Okay. So you see, number of Indian students, as I told, they are going abroad. In USA, so many students are studying. Okay, even US, Germany, Canada, Australia. So you see, learning outcomes in rural area. So what is the problem? Class 5 student can read class 2 text. You can see this, and class 3 can do subtraction. So this is the way in rural area. This is a real problem. Okay, this I have shown. So projected literacy rate in 2025, female candidate 70%, male candidate 84%. So school dropout rates in India. So in 24 I have given. So you see, this is for primary, this is for upper primary, and this is for secondary. The school dropout rate is increasing basically. This is a real challenge. So secondary dropout rates out of school girls are more than boys. Okay, you see, school dropout rate. I will get the data for West Bengal, but for Bihar it is, you see the rate, it's pathetic. Okay. So gross enrollment ratio for girls it is increasing. This is good news. Gross enrollment rate is increasing for girls. Okay, so fine. I'll show you one thing. Yeah. So this is the coaching center scenario in West Bengal, in India. For 1,000 students, the coaching center like your Akash, and all these things, these are increasing. And for 1,000 students, you see the rate almost 400. And per month they are paying 5,000 to 6,000 rupees. Okay, just to crack the competitive exams. Cost of college education. You see the cost of college education. Current, it was in 2022, it was 45 lakhs to complete your BTech and MBBS, which is in 2032, it will be almost 1.15 crores. In 2042, it will be over 3 crores. Okay. So few days back, I think last week it came in India today. Our Indian school is the world's highest global prices on local salaries. Okay, that means in Delhi the school fees is much more higher than New York. It came just last week. You can Google this. Okay. So at the end, finally, what I want to tell you is to study good and equip yourself, enhance your knowledge, learn some more languages to communicate, self-development is necessary, enhance your interest, the financial system is your parents matter, social organization, cultural exchange and skill development. That can lead you to the success. Thank you very much.
Dr. Chandi, he is my elder brother, and we are same college. Okay, Astra Government College. And Chondida is the senior to me, and he continuously hard work. He continuously do hard work, and he tell me in Germany in one day he complete 100 reaction in a one day. Okay, so he published more than 138 paper. It is not a very easy one. It is so difficult. So you are trying to your future. Okay. Now I would like to call Dr. Joydeep Roy, Department of Physics, Dr. Satan Kumar Das, Department of Physics, Sorum Majumdar, Department of Chemistry, and Tompa Saha, Department of Chemistry, to display the commission of ethics.
Hello. So at last, we are at the end of our national conference, Equation of Chemistry and Physics. Last, as a convener of this conference, on behalf of my other two fellow conveners, Dr. Pradeep Bera and Dr. Subhajit Pal, I would like to thank our chief patron, Sri Apurva Sarkar, our patron, Dr. Soma Datta, principal of Chandi Raj College, also the principal of Jongipur College, IQAC coordinator Dr. Ananda Patra, Chandi Raj College, IQAC coordinator of Jongipur College, and the most important thing is our colleague, that is Department of Chemistry and Department of Physics. They have tremendous efforts now at the end to say it's a success for the students of college as well as the young minds of schools. Last, I would say they enjoy your journey towards the higher study, completing BSc, and whatever you like to do in your future, just do it as per their advice from the history of chemistry, their personal stories, and how to modify the Indian research. Thank you all. এটা আমাদের একটা স্ক্যানার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাকি এটা ফিডব্যাক ফরম্যাটের একটা কিউআর কোড, এটা স্ক্যান করে অতি অবশ্যই স্টুডেন্টরা, বিশেষ করে আমাদের কলেজ, বাইরের কলেজ এবং বাইরের স্কুল থেকে যারা এসেছো, এটা স্ক্যান করে আমাদেরকে জানাবে যে আমাদের এই কনফারেন্সে কি কি সুবিধা ছিল, কি কি অসুবিধা ছিল, কি তোমরা পেয়েছো, কি তোমরা পাবো। থ্যাংক ইউ। আচ্ছা, শেষে আমরা গ্রুপ ফটো নেব, তাই আমি সমস্ত ইনভাইটেড স্পিকার এখানে যারা উপস্থিত কলেজে স্কুলের স্টুডেন্টদেরকে এইখানে ডাকলে তো সবাই বসে তাহলে উল্টো দিকে নাও, উল্টো দিকে নাও, এই পাশে নাও, তাহলে সব হয়ে যাবে।